why a couple of those trainers were killed by the orcas, like dragged down and drowned by the orcas. Why do you think that
anger,
happened?
frustration,
Really?
anger, no question about it. One day I got a call from a guy, I forget his name. He was the president of the California Trial Lawyers Association. He's representing a SeaWorld trainer by the name of John Sillick, who was riding on the back of an orca on the surface of the water doing a show. He's actually riding backwards. He's facing backwards on them. So he showed me the video.
Mm-hmm.
Another orca leaps up and deliberately lands right on him, breaking most of the bones in her body, and really...
Oh, my God.
So this guy flew me out to California and showed me this and wanted me to be, well, I was expert.
Oh, there's video of it?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Play that.
You see, he's facing backwards.
Okay, I see.
This is deliberate.
Does that not work, Steve? Oh.
So he needs an eyewitness video who actually trained orcas to say that, because there are millions.
So he could sue SeaWorld.
The next accident, there was another one, Don Bradshaw, after that, because he didn't take it to court.
Right.
And there was a woman before that, she was in Vancouver, and orca pulled her in the water and killed her. Kelty Bryn is her name.
Mm-hmm.
She would be alive today if that guy didn't lie to me and said, let's go to court. That's what they do, and SeaWorld pays them because what do they care about 100?
February 2024, in February 2010, Tilikum killed Don Bradshaw, a 40-year-old SeaWorld trainer. Bradshaw was killed following a dine with Shanmu World. The veteran trainer was rubbing Tilikum as part of the post-show routine when the orca grabbed her by her ponytail and pulled her in the water. Whatever happened with Tilikum after that?
Well, that's a lie right there. That you're reading early stuff that
it's Wikipedia.
It turned out that SeaWorld spun it. That's her fault. She should never have the ponytail.
Right.
We tell people don't do it. It's just spin. That's not true.
Right. So what happened with Tilikum after that happened? Did they decommission her?
They put him in isolation in a small tank until he died.
God.
Really tiny little tank. They punished him.
How long did it take him to die?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and research that.
Right. So now, what you were saying earlier is because the U.S. no longer imports whales or dolphins, right, from anywhere around the world. And
no, they can import them. They can't. I don't have the laws here in front of me. There's lots of different laws, but they can get them if they want them. They can't capture them.
They just do it secretly, probably. Like it's frowned upon, so they just try to keep it out of the limelight.
They have loopholes like breeding loan. It's a breeding loan, like Canary Islands. All of the orcas they're actually owned by SeaWorld. They're not owned by Canary Islands. What is it called? Laura Park in the Canary Islands. My wife goes there quite a bit, monitoring those whales, but. They're actually from SeaWorld. They call it a breeding loan, but they never come back. So they get their stock. They get the sperm delivered every month, They masturbate them, take the sperm, and captive breeding. Now, the thing is, these animals, you asked about SeaWorld or the one here, what is it called?
Clearwater Marine? Yeah, the Clearwater
Marine. The way
Marine.
the law reads, really, you're not supposed to have dolphins in captivity unless it's an educational experience.
Right.
So that's the loophole. They pretend this, and it is an educational experience, but it is a negative educational experience.
When you see an orca killing a whale, you're like, oh, well, that's where they got their name, right?
Mm-hmm. Killer whale. Yeah.
It's because they kill whales.
Yep. And they are a whale. They're in that family.
Yeah.
They're marine mammals.
Well, they kill dolphins too, right?
Yeah. They're dolphins, whales, fish, stingrays,
Sharks.
Seals, sea lions, sharks. Like they're
the
amazing
captain.
predators. Yeah, they really are. And it's like that polar bear thing we were talking about earlier. They're like, Shamu, like cuddly, get your stuffed toy. They're smiling in every cartoon.
But aren't they pretty cool to people in general in the wild?
Yeah.
That's strange.
I believe there has never been an attack on a human being by an orca in the wild, period. There have been multiple in aquariums, there's been shows going on, that kind of stuff, but I believe there's never actually been a recorded case of a death by orca in the wild.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Well, it just shows their intelligence, right?
Yeah.
It shows they look at you and go, nope, that's not on the menu. Like, that's not something I need to eat.
But they must be hungry sometimes.
Well, what's interesting about orcas is there's really two sects of their diet. There's orcas that only eat marine mammals, and there's orcas that only eat stingrays and some other fish species. And so I think, for those people, you see some of those incredible photographers like Paul Nicklin and stuff like that get those images of them underwater. They're diving with the fish-eating orcas. I think a few people have been successul in diving with the mammal-eating ones, but I feel like that's a dice roll.
Proposition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they might mistake you.
Well, you're a mammal and you're a seal size,
Jamie, who are we talking to about orcas and the population that lives in the Pacific Northwest, like around Seattle, that only eats the Chinook salmon? Remember we were having this conversation the other day with somebody?
Phil Demers.
Phil Demers? Was it Phil?
I mean, there's a clip from...
Probably, yeah. Okay. So that's a crazy situation, right? You have a population of orcas that only eats Chinook salmon, and then there's a decline in the population of Chinook salmon. So they're trying to figure out how to get them to eat seals.
Right.
They won't do it.
Right.
They're the local population, but then they have these migratory populations that come in and do eat seals.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you assholes are starving to death. There's fucking food everywhere.
Right.
But they won't do it. They won't switch over. It's very strange, isn't it?
And you got to wonder how much of that is learned behavior, right? How many parent orcas are passing down, this is the food. This is how you hunt salmon, this is what you eat.
Right.
Everything else is off the menu, versus what's instinctual. Like, how did that one group of orcas learn to eat seals, whereas the other one is so dedicated to salmon? It's amazing.
Well, it's amazing that they didn't adapt, right? They're starving and they don't branch out.
Right. Or maybe they're just unsuccessful. Maybe they've never learned how to hunt seals, because it's definitely a different behavior to scooping up a fish.
Right.
So, yeah, it is amazing. You'd think they would get to this kind of tipping point where they're like, there's not enough to eat, we need to make a transition. And then are they unsuccessful in that transition because they can't figure out how to do it? Are they just not doing it? They just don't know about it? Who knows?
It's a real bummer, man, when you hear that they're almost starving to death out there, and they're trying to actually bring Chinook salmon to them. Like woof.
It's one of those things. It's like that whole kind of micro environment is a game of Jenga. Right, and you pull one piece out, and you're like, tower's still standing. Pull another piece out, tower's still standing. And it just takes that one piece till it all collapses.
There's no documents of an orca killing a human being in the wild. So when you think about that compared to, how many bugs have killed people, how many deer have killed people, how many little snakes have killed people, like they're really intelligent animals. Like they're making that choice to not do that.
Yeah, they only kill people when they're in captivity, right?
Correct.
They've drowned people.
Yeah, well, they're miserable. They're sitting in a pen, swimming in circles their whole lives, probably incredibly cranky and angry. It's like
you see that one in Miami just died like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Lolita,
yeah. She's been in there for God knows how long. What was it, 50 years?
50 years,
Insane
something
amount
insane.
of time.
Yeah, that's sad. And apparently they were gearing up for her release too. Like I think her release was like a year away. And that was going to be like the last orca in captivity for them, and they were going to put her back where they caught her.
You know Richard O'Barry?
I don't know.
He's the guy who did the documentary The Cove in Japan.
Oh yeah, I know the documentary. That's for sure.
Yeah. He's like this crazy fucking like he goes all around the world, and he like sneaks into aquariums and like steals the dolphins and the whales and like releases them into the wild. He's in Indonesia right now, like
doing that,
working on that. Yeah. So
wow.
he basically he steals the dolphins and shit from the aquariums in the middle of the night, and then he has his own little like place on the beach that's like kind of like fenced off or like netted off, where he kind of like rehabilitates them and then like gears them up for like to release back into the wild. But yeah.
I have mixed feelings on that. Like,
really?
Well, I don't know how he does it. I don't want to comment on him specifically, but like
he's like a vigilante.
But that's the thing, and it's like that's a form of like eco-terrorism, right? Because you're like breaking in, but it's also really cool and like very respectable when it's something like a dolphin, or a whale that's like sentient and intelligent. It's another thing if you're just like the flip side of that coin is, this is a real story. the same exact thing with PETA groups. They'd break into like the Red Lobster or the grocery store that has a bunch of lobster in the tank. And because they're do-gooders who haven't done the appropriate research, they're breaking into the grocery store, stealing a bunch of Maine lobster and dumping it in a bay in California to set it free, to let it live. And now they've just introduced an invasive species into Southern California by trying to do good. You know what I mean? Who wins in that situation? The people don't win because they're labeled as eco-terrorists. Grocery stores and shit don't win because they're getting robbed and bad PR. No, the lobster don't win because they're now an invasive problem. Like maybe 5 lobster have a better life instead of ending up in a soup pot. But now there's a whole giant problem, and this hasn't become a giant problem, but they have been caught in Southern California with Maine lobster being introduced. Like,
Really?
yeah, my buddy caught one in the Oceanside. Yeah,
Dude.
I know.
I've never heard of people robbing grocery stores and trying to free the Maine lobster or red lobsters even. That's fucking bananas, dude.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
But the fucking dolphin, that's a different thing, man.
Of course.
What they do in Japan every year, I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but I imagine they still are. Like how they go out there and they basically call all the dolphin into the cove and they net it off and they fucking spear them to death. And they steal the bottlenose ones. They'll sell them off for like $250,000 to an aquarium or the highest bidder.
It's awful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah, man.
We filmed the Grind, which is where they do the same thing with pilot whales. They don't save them for the pet trade. They just kill them. And they killed, I think it was 85 pilot whales in front of us, and I was a mess. Like I couldn't, listening to the sounds of the pilot whales screaming, being tortured. The sea literally turned red with blood, like in the cove. It's an insane thing to see. Yeah, I mean it's barbaric. I don't get it. To me, that's the same thing as the elephant thing we were talking about earlier. It's like,
well, those guys aren't starving.
No,
right?
no. I was talking about the choosing to kill a big elephant.
Oh, yeah, right,
it's
right.
I don't get it. They're not starving. They don't need it. I don't know how any human with a conscience can be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and murder a dolphin today or murder an elephant today. I personally cannot connect with it at all.
She was swimming, I think it was somewhere off the coast of California, and there was like this mother orca and its 2 calves just like following this lady around as she was swimming, just like swimming all around her, like putting their nose up to her feet and like not hurting her at all. And she just kept swimming with these orcas surrounding her, and this drone was filming the whole thing.
So what I love about that is like, okay, I'm obviously an environmentalist. You know, I love animals. But like, there's like, it's like everything. There's a spectrum, and there's definitely the spectrum of like full on crazy person.
Yeah.
Like, and so like, the crazy person sees that video and they're like, it's so beautiful. Look
Right.
at them. And I'm watching that like, oh my God, they're trying to see if she's food.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've swam with orcas, and like you look at them, they
Wild
look at
ones?
Yeah, I did in Norway. And like,
Holy shit.
yeah, and you're just like, oh, that thing is so smart. Like the only reason they're not eating people is because they don't want to yet.
Right.
Okay. Like, yeah, they don't want to mess. You don't want to. Like, I literally said when I went there, I was like, I'm gonna go before something bad happens, and then you can't go anymore. Like that's the way I kind of looked at it, because I was like, we need to be a lot smarter about how we interact with like giant predatory super intelligent animals that like thankfully don't see us as prey, you know? And like right now they don't. Let's not give them a reason to. There's too many stupid people doing things that like, you know, like pushing the limit with that kind of animal, and you're like, it takes one person to do something really, really dumb, and then that orca's like, that was really easy and it tasted really good.
What made you want to go to Norway to swim with orcas?
I mean, it's just an incredible animal. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I just like, I mean, a lot of, so like different facets of why I do what I do kind of thing. You know, obviously, education, conservation. I want to tell that thing's story. You know, I want to use like my social media platform to bring more awareness to that animal. But then there's the other side of it's just me and my heart, my soul. I'm like, I want to be around these animals that just give me this sense of awe and like just the raw power they have. And it's just incredible, you know? So like, deep down, I do it for me. I do it because I love it, you know? But then also I'm obviously going to try to use that for education, conservation, and whatnot too.
So how did that go? Like, what did you guys do? Did you guys have to go hunt them down, find where they were, and then just find them and jump in front of them, or what?
I wish mine was a better story. It was a mess. We actually got like really bad weather. We got snowed in. And
oh God,
yeah,
it was that cold.
It was horrific. Yeah. And so like we got snowed in almost the whole time. You know, I paid out of pocket all the way over there, flying over there, renting the boat, the whole night. And like I did it on my own, you know, like I've got to do a lot of cool stuff because I get funded by, you know, different TV shows and networks. So I get to do a lot of cool stuff for free. I did this one out of pocket and we just got screwed on the weather. So like literally it was like the last possible day and the captain's like, well guys, snow hasn't stopped. It's too bad. We can't go. And I'm like, I paid a lot of money. Like I had to like kind of get in the guy's face and like, we're going. Like, and I run tourist operations too, and like I could tell like he just didn't want to go. It sucked. I was like, I could tell this is doable.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't do something that's not safe. You know,
Right.
like I wouldn't push somebody to go if it's not safe. But I could also tell this guy like he just didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
It wasn't unsafe. It was uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm like, no, bro, we're going. And we go out there and like. We saw this big male orca going by, and I just dipped right off the back of the boat, and like I got in with him, man, and I got to see him. It was super cool.
Oh, this is the video I was telling you about. Look at this shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really close to the beach too. Look, you can see
Yeah.
you can see the whitewash right there where the waves are crashing.
Yeah.
This is what? Oh, this is Hawaii. Hawaii is Hawaii.
No, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh,
Yeah.
duh. Can't believe I didn't see that.
So like when you see that, you know, you're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And they're curious, they're super intelligent. And thankfully, again, they don't see us as food. But then I would also,
That water's like 6 feet deep. That's crazy.
I would be not swimming, splashing. I would not be doing anything that could.
I would be doing a left turn.
So like, I mean, I just think about myself. If I was the person in that situation, I would put my eyes right towards them the whole time, maintain eye contact the entire time, let the animal know I'm acknowledging it. That's a predatory animal. You got to treat it like such, you know? And again, like, we run into this problem all the time, like for me as an animal advocate, where like I have to deal with the crazy people on both sides. People think in extremes. I say this all the time. Everybody thinks in extremes. It's either a bloodthirsty killing machine or it's a tame puppy that won't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
It'll never hurt a soul. I'm like, reality's in the middle, man.
Yep.
You know, and I try to tell people that all the time,
Yep.
like, treat that thing with respect. Like, again, I wouldn't be splashing. I wouldn't do anything that could possibly be interpreted as prey to that animal in any way whatsoever, you know? And like, but obviously, if it wanted her, it could take her immediately.
Yeah.
And it's just checking her out. They're super intelligent, but like, yeah, don't be in the camp of either crazy side. You know,
Right,
try to
for
stick
sure.
in reality in the middle and be like, no, it's not a killing machine. It's a super intelligent animal. It's checking you out. It's also not a puppy.
Also, I don't know if there's been any cases of orcas attacking humans in history in the wild.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's not.